Hey there, how's it going? We're back with another unboxing of crankbaits, and I think this order is entirely crankbaits. Basically, everything in this box is from 6 Sense Fishing. I don't know that I've ever had any of their stuff before, but as I was looking at getting some crankbaits from Tackle Warehouse, what is that? Oh, a little, there. Got the goods in the bag. As I was trying to figure out which ones to order, because there was no way I could get everything I originally put into my cart, I went to go look at like some of these different colors, because you know some of these baits have interesting color names, let alone the design. And so I'm like, oh well, where did this name come from? And what I discovered is at the time, and maybe they still are now, don't know for sure, depends on when you're watching this maybe, but at the time 6 Sense was having this big sale on a lot of their baits, and so since I was mainly focused on crankbaits, I kept the blinders on and I stayed in the crankbait section, because odds are they had a bunch of other good stuff on sale too, and these prices were anywhere from like 22 or 24% off all the way up to 64% off. So I think there's 15 of them in here. I got 15 crankbaits from 6 Sense directly, and I paid just a little bit more for these 15 than what I was going to pay for the 6 that I had sort of narrowed it down to at Tackle Warehouse, just because the sale was so good. So what we're going to do is we're just going to go through all these different baits. A lot of them are the same bait, just different colors, and you know, because there's only a handful of crankbaits from each manufacturer. I know I got 3 or 4 different styles. So let's start with the first one. We have the Curve 55. This one is a color called Blacklight Craw, and this is a 3/8 ounce. So most of these are 3/8. I think I screwed up and ordered a 5/8 on one. It'd still be thrown on my heavier rod, so it's not that big of a deal, but it's really not exactly what I was after, but it'll still work out. So this is the Curve 55 in Blacklight Craw. And I didn't print out the list, but again, these went from everywhere from like $2.44, I think, up till some of them were like still 6 or 7. It wasn't that expensive an order for everything that's in here. So there's the first Curve 55. This is the Curve Finesse Square Bill. It's, you know, a good looking product. It's also 3/8 of an ounce. This one dives 1 to 3 feet. This particular, this Curve 55 goes 5 to 9 feet. So I'll try to separate these out into the sort of the different groups of what they go. So this one, the Curve Finesse Square Bill, pattern-wise, it's similar to a few other crankbaits that I've ordered. The OSP that was absolutely beautiful. You know, this pattern or this combo of colors is very similar to that. So they may end up getting compared to each other at some point. It's a good looking bait. We got here. So this is a Curve 55. This is the color they call Smallmouth Rose. And can't get this one out and turned the way I want it to. This is actually the color that made me go to the website and say, okay, why are these baits called Smallmouth Rose? And so there's a little bit better look at it. So it's, you know, got like a pink. It's got a pretty good rattle. Don't know if you can hear that or not. So this is another one that dives 5 to 9 feet. And have to use these in places where I have a little bit deeper water. But so there's another one, a little bit deeper diving than most of what I got. Here's another Finesse Square Bill. This one's called Rayburn Ghost, so it's sort of a ghost purple. Here's another Finesse Square Bill. This one is called Chartreuse Spank. So similar to this one, but a little bit different, you know. So what we got here? Now we got this is the Crush 50S Silent. All these have been 3/8 of an ounce so far. I don't know that there's any real small, like true finesse style in here, like bait finesse, like what we're used to, like 1/16 of an ounce or something like that. But this one is 2 to 5 feet. That's also in that Rayburn Ghost color. This is the finesse square bill and smallmouth rose. This one is the finesse square bill in Rambo red, so it's sort of like a red craw. Might be more of a spring color, but again, I'm not buying these just for the fall experiment, but who knows? I mean, red might work very well. This is a Crush 50X. So this one's also 3/8 of an ounce. It's a little bit bigger, but it only dives 2 to 5 feet. The color on this one is backwater bluegill. It's a real nice gray. Ooh, nice green on top too. Now, I will say that so far, you know, compared to a couple of the other baits that just like completely wowed me with how beautiful they were, you know, the 6 Sense products are just a step above sort of like the traditional crankbaits. You know, they've got a lot more detail and surface detail, and they're nice looking baits, but you know, they're not those borderline works of art, and so part of that maybe makes it easier to lose them. I don't know. Okay, so here's a Crush 100S Silent. This is one that I wanted this color, and I didn't notice that it was 5/8 of an ounce. But again, 5/8 of an ounce, I can still throw on a couple of my rods. So there's probably a couple of those in here. This is the Curve 55. Okay, it's also the deeper diving. This is a Ghost Brown Craw. Oh, this is a Crush Mini 25X. This one is only a 1/4 ounce, so that's cool. And this is the Custom Bluegill, and this goes 2 to 4 feet. And this is another Mini 25X that, this one is Baby Shad. Okay, this is a bait that I didn't know that existed, and so as I was, you know, on the site looking, it's sort of what made me say, you know what, I need to find a couple other swim bait type things, glide baits, because I got the jointed claw from, I think I got that from Digitaka. So I found this. This is a hybrid swim crank, and basically, you know, what the idea of this is it's a shallow diving crankbait, but it also acts as a jointed swim bait. And it's got a circuit board lip. This looks like it could be amazing, and it's in that same pink smallmouth rose. It's 5/8 of an ounce. But again, it's similar to like the Whopper Ploppers that I'm throwing weight-wise, maybe even a little bit lighter than those. So I'm going to give this a try in a few spots, and we'll see how it goes. It's a good bit larger than some of the other stuff, but this is basically just a subsurface. It's 0 to 1 feet. So that one was something a little bit different. Then here's the other of the bone color in the 100S. Here's another 50S Silent, the 2 to 5 feet, 3/8 ounce. This one is in Shad Burst. Just a couple other ones. Boy, that's okay. I was talking about how, like, oh, you know, so this one is the Black Light Craw. For some reason, it looks, well, maybe it's just because of the way it's turned. No, it's definitely a little bit different. It's funny, these are the same color in their catalog, but look how much brighter purple the 50X is versus the Curve 55. That's really nice looking. So there's 50X and Black Light Craw, and I really like that one because here's another of the same color, right? And this is exactly the same bait. So what else is in here? We got a little sticker, I think. Yeah, so it looks like a little 6 Sense sticker and 10% off coupon for Waterland eyeglasses. Maybe I'll do that. So how many are in here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. Ooh. There's actually 18. I mean, basically I paid on average a little over $4 a piece for these. And I mean, something like this, you'd expect to be, in fact, I don't know what the MSRP is on this thing. Let's look it up real quick. 6 cents hybrid swim crank. So it looks like they're going anywhere from, some people were charging $7.99, other people were charging $12.99. I think I paid around $7 for them, 6 cents. So that means a lot of these were well under, you know, these little guys. This is one of the times when I feel like maybe I should have ordered more than one, right? Because this is also a really nice looking bait. But I'll just, you know, I still got, what I say, 17 or 18 baits here. So I got 5 colors in this one style, 2 in this. Here's a third, here's a fourth, here's a fifth. Basically, what, 7 different styles of baits, which is, and I paid real close to what I was going to pay for 6 or 7 baits to begin with. So not every color was available in every model, but still, it's, I think there's a good bit of stuff in here, and I look forward to trying these out. Now, actually, this order, I think it was shipped out of Texas, which is probably where, at least where their warehouse is located. And I had planned on it getting here last week, about a week ago, actually. And so I'm like, okay, well, I'll get it in. Then it'll give me a couple days to sort of do this unboxing video and get them ready to go. And then I'll go fishing with them on Friday at the end of September. Well, these didn't show up. In fact, by like Tuesday or Wednesday, they were in Colorado after almost a week of shipping. So it wasn't 6 cents fault. The UPS or USPS ended up getting them twisted around somewhere. So I'd already planned to be fishing with these. And so what I'm going to do is now this Friday, I'll go fishing with them. So there is a video coming soon of me basically trying these baits. And I'll take some other stuff with me too. But I have a spot that I think most of them could work. I mean, maybe not the bigger one, but I'll take the rods that can throw those, because who knows. And honestly, there are some giant fish where I'm going to go. Potentially some giant fish. So there's no reason I couldn't throw something that size if I wanted to, other than the depth. But I don't think it goes that deep either. No, it's only 2 to 5 feet. So what the heck? We'll probably throw them all. Maybe not every single color, right? But we're going to throw all of these here in just a couple days. I'm not really sure what the bag's for. Yeah, I don't know. It's sort of cool. Figure out some use for it. I can just put a reel in it to protect it, maybe. So that's it. We got, so there are some that are a little bit more true finesse. Even though these are called a finesse square bill, they're still 3/8 of an ounce. There's a lot of 3/8 of an ounce stuff here and a few 5/8 of an ounce. So sort of maybe more power finesse, but these are honestly a little bit more traditional bass crankbaits, just on the smaller size. That's going to be a good bit of what I'm getting in, but I did try to get a good bit of stuff on the smaller side too. And it's a balance between what's available, what seems to work, and what's going to catch fish. I don't want to use all tiny little 1/16 ounce and smaller, because some of the areas have, and quite frankly, the river where I'm going to go fishing with these, the state record walleye was caught there about a year ago, and I think that thing was 18 pounds. And a 3 or 4 pound smallmouth is not unheard of, and quite frankly, neither is a 3 or 4 pound brown trout. So I don't want to be throwing all small baits. I have plenty of small baits, and this is the idea of the crankbaits. I need to give them a try. So these may not go. I don't know how deep the water is, but we'll see how things are going, and maybe I'll pick one. And this one is a very different color, so maybe I'll throw it, and if we lose it, we lose it. It's part of learning, right? So that is the 6 cents unboxing. This is a pretty good looking bait. So is this. And I really want to know the smallmouth rose. You know how I like my smallies. So I'll be curious to see how well this color does at bringing out some big smallies. So that is unboxing number 3 of the fall. And we got one more coming. In fact, I'm going to go up and see if it's been delivered, and I'll record that video here in a day or two. So appreciate you watching. Again, I have so many baits coming in. If there's any of these specifically that you want to see first, I'll make sure that I throw them soon. There's a chance that I do that fishing trip before you actually see this video. So it might not be in the first, it might, but there's no way I'm going to throw all 17 or 18 of these. I mean, there's a couple duplicates, but so still, there's no way I'm going to throw 15 different crankbaits. Or is there? Or is there? Again, I don't know if these deeper diving ones will work, but we'll see how it goes. You know, this has sort of been fun, but there's a small portion of overwhelm as well, because, you know, all I'm going to do is I think I've been very clear. I'm not a crankbait fisherman. I want it to be part of my arsenal. Really, the whole plan is to go out, throw these things in places where they should catch fish, and let's see if they catch fish. And if they don't, then I'm going to progressively move to other stuff that I have more confidence in and see if maybe the fish just aren't biting that day, or if, you know, I just need to figure out when is the right time for these things to be thrown. So a little bit of a range. These are all just mostly traditional crankbaits. And again, that's the idea. I'm not looking for jerk baits. I'm not looking for some of the other little minnow baits. I really want to experience, and you know, there are some people that basically call these idiot baits because all you have to do is chuck them out there and reel them in and you catch fish. Sometimes I feel like an idiot because I've never really caught fish on a crankbait. But the other side of it is, you know, maybe the foolish part of me is not throwing crankbaits enough. And so we're going to throw them basically all the way through spring. And at some point, we'll start figuring out how to catch fish on crankbaits. And hey, maybe it's here in a couple days. I don't know. But appreciate you watching. As I figure out how to catch fish on crankbaits, obviously you'll learn with me. You know, if you've never been much of a crankbait guy, maybe this will help you too. So thanks for watching. I'll see you next time.